Hello, everyone. We're back. Sorry about that. We disconnected.
Yeah, that was my
It
fault.
was Jesse's fault.
I
was going to say
apologize.
a holiday rat ate through a cord. That's what
No.
happened.
I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own that I fucked that up. So we're waiting for everybody else to
Get back.
refind the stream.
Looks like we had 22 people before,
Oh,
and now we
God.
have 6.
That makes me feel worse.
So I think it was probably that. I think my dead dad, disconnected us. I think that's what happened.
That's
My
probably
dead
what it
dad
was.
Disconnected. So it looks like we're down to 5 now. Let's see here. Well, we'll see. Sorry about disconnecting it. Anyway, welcome to the social distancing open mic here at Stab Comedy Theater at 1710 Broadway in Sacramento, California. Again, comedians, we still only have 4 or 5 of you in the queue. But if you still want to submit your set, go ahead and do that. Just record a 5 minutes anywhere. You can do it on your couch, wherever you would like, and then put that up on YouTube, and then send us the link at Stab Theater at gmail.com, or even if you send it to, we'll just fucking get it to us. We'll get you going. Also, one thing that we're going to be doing tonight also is to help raise money not only for ourselves but other comedians. Every comedian you see tonight, you'll see a lot of their social media tags. You also see their Venmo. If you think they're especially funny, send them $5 or $6, or $3 or $2 or $1, or charge them for having to go through that, which I'll probably receive an invoice after this set. But if you can, go ahead and do that. We also have our Venmo up at Stab Theater. What is it? What's our Venmo? Yeah, we're going to check that too. Yes. But we're getting our numbers back up. Let's see. We're back up at 7. So good. That's okay. I'm sure you guys will be back. So anyway, yeah, comedians, if you want to still submit, you could still submit. A lot of times comedians show up to open mics way fucking after they're supposed to. So why should this be any different? We have a good lineup of comics so far. I'm not sure who's going to be going up first, but I could do a set. Who do we got? I'll do a quick set to the big audience. It's good to be here, everyone, at Stab Comedy Theater. We plan to hopefully not have to do this too many times, although it is fun with the whole outbreak that's going on or something, whatever. It is good to be here. Let's see, how many numbers do we got? How many numbers have we? We're still at 7. We're still at just a fucking, and I'm probably one of 7. So one of the 7. So it was 6 probably. But we thank you guys for going here. I did shave the other day, not because of the coronavirus. It's just I was looking a little too hobo-ish. So I shaved it off. But when I do have a beard, I get this a lot that I look like Bobby from Queer Eye. I get that. Jesse, do you get that? I look like Bobby from Queer Eye very much. The hardest working of the Queer Eye fellas, I think. Because he has a week to fucking flip a house while Anthony over here is teaching some redneck how to squeeze a lime properly. Is that funny, Jesse? I feel like that's not an equal balance of power. You got one guy regrouting a person's kitchen and bathroom, and then you have Tan teaching people how to tuck their shirts into their belts, which I'm not sure. Is this landing? I don't know. Out there, you have Bobby who's crawling under. I have a bunch of. I'm going to see how many I can go through. You have Bobby crawling under a person's house, feeding copper wire and pipe up through the floor. And then we're going to go with Anthony again. And then you got Anthony over here teaching some red coat that it's okay to put Greek yogurt in guacamole, which, fuck that guy, Anyway, I'm just saying I look like the hardest working Queer Eye guy. Also, Camaro. I feel like Camaro, you got Bobby over here laying concrete and setting up new infrastructure to a home while Camaro sits down and talks to people about their feelings. Anyway, that's all I got on that bit. That's a new one that had a discussion with May about. I haven't put it on stage yet. It's good. It is good to be here. The scary time we're living in. I hope this all clears up as soon as the government figures out what they're doing. I think that's what's going on. Is that okay to say online? I don't trust the government. I don't know if you could tell about my haircut, but I used to be a Christian. I used to be a Christian. And there used to be rules. I used to go to these dances that were like Christian dances at high schools. And one of the rules were that you had to keep a Bible width between you and the girl you were dancing with. And they really recommended it was a girl. But you had to keep a Bible between you and that girl. And so I bought the Bible on CD. Thank you very much. Because it had a hole in it. Big old hole. It was one of the old CDs. You guys probably don't remember. It was big, thick holes. It's good to be here, everyone. Good to be here. Am I getting any reaction online? I can't breathe. There we go. But that's from my girlfriend. So that's nice. How many people do we have online now? Still 7. 7. That doesn't seem right. My favorite number. The Lord's number. What else? What else do we got of new material? I could just look at my Twitter. I don't know if you know this, but the acronym FCC, if you say it phonetically, sounds like fuck, which is, it's like they're censoring themselves. This is really hard. Comedy is really hard to nobody. No offense, Jesse. Am I right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. You ever notice people that use the term "that's what I'm talking about" are never really talking about what they just said? That's what I'm talking about. It's always someone else saying something, and then they chime in. That's what I'm talking about. No, that's what you heard about. You could please stop interrupting me. That'd be great. That'd be great. I hope everyone's enjoying this show. Jesse, let me know when we can get that first comedian on. Are we all ready for our first comedian? We were? All right. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you liked that. If you liked my set, send $1 million to our Venmo. That's right here on the page. 1 million, no less. $1 million. Hopefully we'll get through this. We have some comics coming up tonight. Let's hear it for all your comics. Push the little heart button a bunch of times if you like what they're doing. All right. Are we ready, Jesse? We're not ready. Well, I only have 2 minutes of material. Been doing it 16 years. 16 years, 2 minutes of material. What else do we got? We got Bobby over here. Bobby is landscaping the back 40 while Jonathan is over here tussling someone's hair. It just doesn't seem like an equal balance of work. You got Bobby over here digging trenches in the hot sun in between roofing jobs of some redneck's house, while you've got Anthony over here teaching some borderline hoarder / racist what forks are for. That's another example of that joke. I haven't even written it out yet. I just been playing with it in my brain. It's why is it so hard to find? Or what do we got? We got some claps. You're killing it, John. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for the support. All right. Well, we're gonna see if we can get our first comedian up in a second.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jesse Rivera, and thank you for.
Do we? All right. He's getting reframed. Don't worry, guys, out there in the world. I will be back with more jokes in between these comics. But are we ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, this next guy, fucking hilarious, travels all over the region, specifically our region, I think. Runs a wonderful podcast called the Comic Talk Podcast. Is that correct? Something like that. Please welcome to stage Mr. Jesse Rivera. Jesse Rivera, yeah.
Yo,
woo!
what's going on, everybody? My name is Jesse Rivera, and thank you for tuning in to this virtual open mic. Let me start off with, first of all, give yourselves a round of applause for even showing up. Yeah, I'm going to wait 3 seconds so you guys can applaud yourselves. Yeah, great. How are you guys doing with the lockdown? I'm not going to lie, I'm freaking out a little bit. Not sure what to do sometimes. I didn't want to go and stock up on foods. I didn't want to take stuff from everybody, you know. But I guess I was a little bit worried about my mom. You know, my mom is elderly. She's 85. You know, she's lived a while and she's older. You know, so the other day I called my mom, kind of when everything was kind of barely first starting to freak out, and I called my mom because I wanted to make sure that one, she was doing good, and two, they're like, you know, she wasn't worried about her baby here. You know, so I called my mom and I was like, hey mom, how's everything going with the coronavirus? Are you worried or are you concerned? And she answered like I think any very elderly Catholic woman with a lot of faith would answer, right? And she was like, "Oh, son, you know, I'm fine, and you know, if the good Lord does come a calling for us, well then we should be ready to go because this life was really a gift to us from the good Lord." And I was like, "Speak for yourself, old lady." You know, I'm like, I'm not ready to go, you know. As a matter of fact, if the good Lord comes to calling me tonight, I'm going to be like, did you call my mom first? Because I talked to her a little while ago, and she said she's ready. So maybe you should give her a call, because I'm not ready to go, good Lord. Just kidding. I don't think the good Lord's going to call me tonight. I imagine she's way too busy to be checking on me tonight. And this is my dog. My dog keeps coming into, hey, Papa, how's it going? So this is my dog. Her name is Penelope. Hey, everybody, my name is Penelope. How's it going? This is my dad, and he tells jokes. I can't say he does it for a living, but he does it. So, hey, Papa, put me down because they can see my, okay, thank you. All right, so this is going to be my part of the set where, like, I kind of just, like, I'm going to kind of riff on things, and you know what, no, better yet, watch, just put me down. Okay. Because I put her down because she wanted to be a part of the show, but she obviously got a little bit of camera shy once she got up on the stage. But yeah, so my mom, she lives in Bakersfield, California. You guys ever heard of it? Google meth, and it's the first thing that comes up, you know. In Bakersfield, like when you graduate from high school, like you get a job in the fields, either the oil fields or the agriculture fields, and you get a meth addiction. If you went to a good school, you get a job at your parents' company, and you get a cocaine addiction. So one of the perks about, you know, having parents a little bit better off in Bakersfield and going to a nicer school. I went to public school, but like the private school kids. But anyway, Bakersfield is like, I don't know if you know this about Bakersfield, but like Bakersfield is to meth what Northern California is to weed. We, like, you guys have all the great weed strains. We had all the amazing meth strains. Like we had the peanut butter strain. We had the Kern River Rock strain. We had the Red Devil Red strain. And I know this, you're like probably wondering to yourself, like, hey, what's this big dude know about meth? But like, yeah, dude, like back in the early 90s, like I had a meth addiction, you know? And the thing that sucks about being a big guy like me is like, no one ever looked over at me and was like, you think Jesse has a meth addiction? And they were more like, Jesse's like the opposite of a meth addiction. But I was like deep in the throes, you know? And so finally one day, like, I had to stage my own intervention, you know? And all my friends were around and I sat them all down and I was like, hey guys, I need to talk to you. I have a meth addiction. They were like, meth? How are you doing your meth? Are you eating it? Are you sprinkling it on your Cocoa Puffs? Is your dealer cutting it with sugar? How are you doing your meth? Because you're obviously not doing it right, Jesse, because this is not what a meth addiction is supposed to look like. But I was able to kick that, and now I'm getting ready to kick you guys because I'm up on my 5 minutes on this virtual open mic. Let's see how it works. I think it's going to work out great. But anyway, guys, Jesse Rivera. That's Jesse Rivera Laughs on Instagram. Give me a follow. Also, give a follow to Comic Talk, the podcast. We're going to be doing some virtual Skype podcasts this week, so hit me up. All right, peace. I gotta go. Thank you, Stab. Bye.
Ha ha ha! Ha ha! Yeah! Hey everyone, welcome back. Boy, this show's going great.
We're figuring out our own like internal delay,
That's right.
so hopefully that wasn't as awkward as it just felt.
Just sitting there for just waiting for the punchlines, which would be my title of my memoir. Remind me who's up next. We'll get that going. Yeah, we'll do that next. I'll share another joke while you're setting that up. You guys, more comedy from me. Apologize in advance. Everyone, you know, like when someone dies, it's always weird. Speaking of diseases, when someone dies, it's always weird. That I always wonder why people always ask God why. You know, in like in a prayer, like God, why did you take my Aunt Susan? You know, I always wonder if God, if they ever gave him an answer, he'd be like, well, because Aunt Susan was old. Like, that would be sufficient, you know? He'd be like, okay. Or like, I would be like, oh, like, well, I didn't take Aunt Susan. Hometown Buffet took Aunt Susan. See, that's a joke. It's kind of a fat-shaming joke, but I'm fat. I'm getting fatter, so I could tell that joke. Is our next comedian ready? No? Getting a little delay. All right.
We're figuring out the limitations of the program here. So I'm going to jump over real quick. She's probably going to pop up on screen, and then I'm going to take it back really awkwardly to set up her framing. And this is just how it works. So bear with us.
Hey, I'm Jen Perez. I'm
Anyway, I could do
from
more
New
jokes.
Jersey.
I could do
moved
a
out here
couple more
about 7
jokes.
years ago.
Do 5 more. I'll do 10 minutes of material in between each comedian. How's that?
Well,
for you?
all we need is...
No.
Hold on. It'll
All right.
look clean in just a second. Clean enough.
All right. There we go. All right. Are you guys ready for next comedian? Actually, one more time for Jesse Rivera, everyone. Let's get the clap in your room. Freak out whoever you're sitting next to. Jesse Rivera, check him out. Check out his podcast, the Comic Talk Podcast. Also, I don't remember his Venmo. But we'll put all of them at the end of the show, maybe. Is that something we could do? Yeah, we'll see if we could do that. We'll put everyone's Venmo at the end of the show, and you could help them out. Also, feel free to help out our theater. Our Venmo is right up there, like right up there. Yeah, so check that out. But thank you for your support already. We got quite a few of you online. So you ready for your next comedian, everyone? Yeah, fuck yeah, fucking comedy. All right, this next comedian, she's, I believe, out of the Bay Area. Our first Bay Area comedian of the evening. Please welcome to the stage, Jen Perez. Jen Perez, woo!
Hey, I'm Jen Perez. I'm originally from New Jersey. I moved out here about 7 years ago. My parents are Cuban. And I'd like to start off by just apologizing. I apologize for the cultural appropriation. I drank a White Claw the other day. I straightened out my hair. Took a shower with no washcloth. I didn't put any lotion on. Watch a game of golf. Pay my taxes. Anyways, let me tell you a little bit about my 30th birthday. So on my 30th birthday, I had a girls' trip to Vegas. It was so much fun. It was like 7 of us girls. We planned this trip. We were all staying in the same room as girls do. And we had been drinking all day and all this. But my friends didn't know this about me. They didn't know I can't make myself throw up. And so, like, we had been drinking all day. I was drunk, and we still had more drinking to do. And so my friends were like, Jen, just put your fingers in your mouth. Just put your fingers in your mouth and you'll throw up. I was like trying. I couldn't do it. It wasn't working. My friends were trying to put their fingers in my mouth. I know that sounds kind of weird, like a weird porno, but yeah, they were trying to put their fingers in my mouth. I could not make myself throw up. So we're like, fine, all right, fine. Just get ready. So we got ready. It was dinner time. We get to the restaurant, and could you believe it? Jamie Foxx was there. So on my 30th birthday, yeah, I have a picture of me and Jamie Foxx. It's like, wow, but you know what? I think I threw up. I was hanging out, same girl, one of my friends, recently, and this guy approached me, And my friend, he started flirting with me, and he says, "Wow, man, I really love Mexican culture. I really love Mexican food. I love eating Mexican food. I really love culture. I love Mexican food. I love Mexican women inside me." And I was like, "Thank God I'm not Mexican." And then he kept going. I was like, "All right, well, what else are you going to say?" He goes, "I know for sure, hands down, I'm going to marry a Hispanic woman. But she's got to give me 4 boys. 4 boys. And I know the formula to having 4 boys." I'm like, "All right, well, what's the formula?" He goes, "You got to put your balls on ice." I mean, like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel like that would really kill the sperm. I mean, my app's a piece of shit father. He tried that shit. We had 4 girls. He had 4 girls. 2 of them, I have no idea who they are. There's that joke. Do you know this? The Unabomber took a shit in a tub. Could you believe this? The Unabomber took a shit in the tub. I mean, I was just watching the documentary about the Unabomber, and out of all the things he did, he was creating these bombs in the middle of nowhere in the forest, and he was getting progressively better as the years went on. They still couldn't figure out who the fuck the Unabomber was, and he got fed up one day with his neighbors living in the middle of nowhere, and he got so fed up with his neighbors making too much noise that he went in there. He wrecked their place, and he took a shit in the bathtub. Like, his fucking DNA is there. I couldn't find him. Like, what the hell? He went on to bomb for like 10 more years. He has his DNA in this bathtub. Like, isn't that ridiculous? I thought that was funny. And I'm also a dancer, and sometimes I have to do these shitty gigs as a dancer, and sometimes we do these things where we're like the party motivator, and we have to go to these corporate gigs, and we got to get the party going, right? But the DJs at these gigs, they suck. It's terrible. So it's like a 1920s party. He's playing like 80s rock. It's ridiculous. But have you ever tried to do the electric side to fucking Sweet Child of Mine? It's impossible. You can't fucking do it. It's almost impossible. It's shitty. It's terrible. There's that joke. I am bombing like the Unabomber joke right now, but who the fuck cares? This is the first time I record myself. Yay! Here's the last joke. I got about a minute left. Like I said, I'm a dancer, so when I was in college, I remember this one dance teacher. It was a ballet teacher. He's a male ballet teacher. Just crazy. So he was also known for being a drunk, and so he would show up, and we knew he had like a screwdriver in his fucking water bottle or some shit. But it would be like a 7 a.m. dance class, and he would show up, and we'd be like in our bar, like doing all our exercises, and he'd pass each of the girls, and sometimes he would fart, and it was just disgusting. It was terrible. Anyway, that's my time. I'm Jen Perez. Give me some tips if you thought this was funny, because I pretty clearly think that this is fucking bombing. But anyways, here I am. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, timing. See, we're paying attention. One more time for Jen Perez, huh? Let's get all of her information. She's got Jen Perez. It's her Venmo is Jennifer-Perez-4. That's her Venmo. Send her money. I almost thought it said Jennifer for president, but that doesn't make sense. Anyway, we're back. We're having a good time. We've got so much of you online. It looks like we have like 31 people, which would be a sellout here at Stab Comedy Theater. You know what, you guys? Go ahead and take a second, grab a beer if you want. But we're gonna get our next comedian coming up pretty soon. We're setting them up. I really hope everyone's enjoying this. Again, thank you for the support, and we won't make this too much like a telethon. I promise. We're gonna keep this thing rolling here in a second. It is good to be here because Stephen Ferris.
Yeah, let me do this awkward thing again
All right,
real quick.
here we go.
Well, for the next show, I'm going to hopefully have figured out how we can do this without it doing... Well, I also meant to restart the computer before we got all this. That might be a thing. But, all right, so here's probably going to be an awkward Stephen popping up.
Well, Jesse, you're doing a great job.
No, it's not Stephen. Uh-oh.
It's not?
Well, we'll figure it out, guys.
We'll figure out who
We're
this
working
is.
on it.
We've had a couple other comedians enter the queue here, so looks like the show's going to keep going on. Last night, if you were here, Jesse did a show called In the Box that we tried out last night. It was very fun. We played Quiplash. And you could actually go on our YouTube channel and watch that video of us playing. It was very fun. I did not do well. I started strong and then lost horribly in the second and third rounds. But it is very fun. We're going to try to keep doing that. We're trying to put together a lot more streaming for you and for us, our egos, you know. If we get bored at home with our families.
What do you guys want to do?
We want to come out and do some stuff online. So we got the next comedian ready to go. Almost. All right. So this is going to be good. This next comedian is very funny. He does a show here all the time. He's always here. He's always here. I've known this guy for since I started 16 years ago, and he's very funny, and he's coming up right now. I see him right now. Please welcome to the stage the very funny Mr. Stephen Ferris.
What do you guys want to do? Oh, you want to hear a joke? All right. Well, I guess I'll tell you guys. Have you ever heard the one about the 4 gorillas that were named after coins? Well, let me tell you a little bit about them. Let's see. There were the four gorilla brothers. There was Silverback. He was the biggest, and he was named after Silver Dollar. Next down from that was Quarterback. It's named after the quarter. Also a big fan of American football. I don't know if that just happened because his parents named him that, and so he was always thinking about football or what, but that was his name. The next, and these gorillas, you know, they were named sort of according to their size. So each gorilla is slightly smaller than the next. So you know, some quarters, even though they're worth more, are actually smaller than others. So that's why the next gorilla down is Nickelback. And he was named after the nickel, and also a big fan of my favorite band, Nickelback. And last but not least of the 4 brothers was Dimeback, who he was a big pothead stoner, and he loved to share. He had a lot of weed all the time. He loved to share his weed with all of his stoner friends who loved to take hits off of Fat Nugs from Dimeback's Dime Bag. And so that's the story of the 4 gorillas who were named after coins. And how much time do I have left? Oh, there's 3 minutes. So this is pretty cool. I'm using the selfie stick to do this. I think this might even be the first time I've ever used the selfie stick that I bought. I think I probably bought this 3 or 4 years ago, thinking, hey, that'd be fun to take to open mics and just record my set with a selfie stick. But I never actually did it because I don't really like carrying a bunch of stuff around. But I don't know. I guess I could tell you some more jokes. Do you guys like to go up to the lake on weekends and stuff? I guess we can't really do that right now, but oh, actually, you know what? So I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I have 5 rolls of toilet paper left, so I think I'm okay for at least a couple of weeks, and hopefully by then you'll be able to buy more. But people in the store, you know, they were looking at napkins trying to decide which ones were the softest and whatnot. And there was one guy who seemed pretty familiar with napkins and had used them before for this. And he suggested some that some of us could take. So, you know, we bought those. But also rubber spatulas are not sold out. People aren't hoarding those. So it might be something to think about. Anyway, I'll go back to my other joke. here, that'll wrap it up. You guys, if you like going up to the lakes on the weekends, I like to do that sometimes. And I went up there with a friend of mine a few weeks ago, and he told me we went water. What did we do? We went up to the lake. He told me a secret, and I didn't know how to take it, and I just wasn't really sure what to do, whether to believe him even. He pulled me aside and he told me, he said, Bin Laden didn't do it. It was me. And, like I said, I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know if I could believe it, because, all the research that's been done on waterboarding says, people will make stuff up. So I wasn't really sure, and that's what we were doing. We were waterboarding up there at the lake. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, well, that's my time. And, normally I try to explain to the audience, like, what's going to happen now. I really don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a virtual host on this thing or not. And this is all pre-recorded, we're not doing this live. So, whatever happens now, I guess. Woo!
All right, that made me dizzy. That made me very dizzy. Welcome back. One more time for Stephen Ferris. What was his Venmo there, Jesse? What do we got his Venmo saying? Can you even see it? All right. Well, while you're clapping,
Let me switch this first, and so that looks
That's
professional.
right.
And I'll look up, because I don't have 1,000. No.
Jesse is handling all the tech duties tonight. I'm just kind of sitting there picking my ass while
Stephen's Venmo. Stephen-Ferris -5. Stephen-Ferris -5.
There we go. So he doesn't really need the money. He's a millionaire. Yeah, guys, thank you again. We're going to keep this thing going. I got to make this kind of quick because I just found out that I have to poop. So this next joke's going to be kind of short. So this one time, my mother died of a heroin overdose. Anyone relatable out there? I hope my family's not watching. Right now they don't like this joke. And, well, I didn't like that it happened. So anyway, yeah, this one time my mom died of a heroin overdose. And you got to stay positive when stuff like that happens. Like, the one good thing about having a heroin addict die in your family is that you don't have to eat your cereal with a fork anymore. Yeah, I'll give you time with that one. It's a terrible joke. Terrible joke. But when she passed away, guys, let's talk about this seriously. When she passed away, the doctor wasn't too creative about the way he told me she passed away. So I'd like to act out maybe a couple different ways. I feel like the doctor could have handled this situation a little more, funnily. Funnily? Is that a word? Funnily? All right. So I'll be playing both the doctor and myself. Okay. I'll be playing the crying guy, and the other guy. All right. So here we go. Scene one. All right. You could do this, John. You could do this. Hey, Doc. Is my mom gonna make it through the night? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Yeah, knock, knock. Who's there? Not your mother anymore. Not your mother. Okay, that's scene number one. Is this uncomfortable for everyone? Good. It's uncomfortable for me. All right, scene number two. You ready? All right, here we go. Scene number two. Boom. Here we go. Hey, Doug, is my mom going to make it through the night? Listen, one of two things could have happened here, John. Either your mom's heart stopped, or my stethoscope is broken. And this is a new stethoscope. So, all right, scene three. Are we ready, Jesse? Are we almost ready with the next comedian? All right, we'll give you one more scene.
Give me this real quick bump of awkward. You know how we do, because this still isn't
Yes.
set up right. And then we'll get you.
I'm glad
there
you
it
could
is.
be
All right,
here.
Scene three.
Hold on, let me bring
in
this
person?
back, and that's good.
I'm going to give him scene three really quick anyway. All right. Hey, Doug, is my mom going to make it through the night? Listen, do you remember 9/11? Yeah. Well, now there's 2 days you're never going to forget. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you very much. If you liked that, send your mom a message. If you like that. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? Fuck yeah. Woo. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, this next comedian, very funny. He fucking plays everywhere. I think he's opened for Devo, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to your screen, Mr. Chad Opitz. Chad Opitz.
I'm glad you could be here in person in my room when times are so nutty. I actually called my mom today and I was asking her like how the coronavirus thing is affecting her, and I forgot that she's agoraphobic, so she was just like, business as usual, welcome to my world, motherfuckers. It was interesting growing up with an agoraphobic mom. Sometimes it would work in my advantage, like when she'd be like, Chad, you're grounded. You're not going anywhere. And I'd be like, well, I'm out of here. Because what are you going to do? Come get me? And if that is the case, woo! We overcame your debilitating disorder via me being a little piece of shit. So it all just worked out. Got a lot of time alone, watching a lot of movies. I watched Marriage Story, was not that impressed. I want to make a sequel to Marriage Story, which is just 90 minutes. First hour is them eating at Applebee's, and the last 30 is them being too full and tired to fuck. I thought that would be a more apropos Marriage Story film. There's certain tropes in movies that bother me, like any movie where like a prostitute falls in love with a client. I'm just like, this is so unprofessional. Like you've got a job to do, maybe multiple jobs to do, depending on what services are needing to be rendered. So, you keep your emotions out of this. Okay, we don't want you getting attached to somebody you're peeing on. That don't make no sense. That's not helping anybody. Isn't it annoying when the waiter or waitress comes to your table right when your mouth is full of facts about how the earth is flat? It's just like, come on, get out of here. I'm dropping some truth bombs here. Opinions are like assholes. It's difficult for me not to laugh when I hear them. It's just generally a funny thing. I was having a conversation with a friend about Andrew Dice Clay, and he said he didn't like him. I kind of do, just because I like exuberant act out shit, and I was trying to think of like what kind of things Andrew Dice Clay could do like at this time, maybe like during the time of the coronavirus, what would his like nursery rhymes be like at this time, like, there was an old woman who lived in a shoe, and she can't go outside because it's fucking crazy, and she's an old woman. Oh! It's a possibility, like, old Mother Hubbard looked in a cupboard, and they were bare. She's not going to fucking Costco. She saw those lines online, and she's just gonna fucking die. Oh! Jake and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jake fell down and broke his crown, and Jill bashed his fucking head in, stole all of his toilet paper, and survived the fucking apocalypse. Oh! Can he say that? Can he say that? Hickory dickory dock. And by doc, I mean a well-trained medical professional who knows what the fuck is going on. Oh! That is my, act out for Andrew Dice Clay during the coronavirus times. Breakups are hard. What a segue. Breakups are hard. I got a friend going through a bad breakup right now, and he's not dealing with it very well. And I get it. And I think breakups, honestly, like the most devastating thing you can go through emotionally that like nobody else really gives a fuck about. Because to no one else is it a big deal, but to others, like, the way people handle it, it's almost like a death. It's a huge loss. It's a big deal. It can feel really awful. And some of the advice you get, like, after the fact is like, can you imagine, like, someone saying to you, like, dude, I'm really sorry to hear about your grandma. It sucks. But you just gotta get out there and fuck, okay? Like, and you know, to be honest, your grandma wasn't even that cool to begin with. She got jealous when you talked to other grandmas. Her cookies weren't that great. That quilt she knitted you with the baseballs on it, it was subpar, dude. So you just gotta get out there and get that dick wet. Get over it. Pause for 5 seconds to hit that 5-minute mark. Thank you, guys.
Very good. Chad Opitz. Holy shit. That was really funny. Very funny. I hope everyone's everyone's enjoying this and enjoying him. We're having a good time here at Stab Comedy Theater. We got all the lights on as if people are here. So that's nice. It's nice. Any other comedians? Looks like we have 2 more comedians in the queue. If anyone, I saw Jason B. If you're watching, if you'd like to resubmit your dumpster fire video, please do. I don't know if it's still up, but if you want, send us the link. We'll play it. Yeah. All right. We're doing good. Do you have the next one ready, or? All right. And what was?
All right.
All right. This next comedian, you know him. I don't. I don't know if you know him. I don't know if you know. But he did submit, so show him some respect. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to your screen, Mr. Nick Rush. Nick Rush.
All right. Let's see if it's possible to do a set and be funny while driving without seriously hurting myself or anybody else. But most importantly, be funny, right? I mean, if somebody has to get maimed while driving, at least throw a banana in there or something, right? I saw Alien at Rayleigh's last week. I knew it was an alien because I had an interaction with this guy, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm not crazy. It was an alien in a human skin, right? Alien disguised as human, okay? And I know that because we had an interaction that could only be between an alien and a human. I was in the cold drink aisle, looking at the cold drinks, and there was one other guy next to me in that aisle. He's the only other person there. And to give you an idea of how he looked like a Japanese businessman. Well, almost. He looked like a Japanese business casual man, right? So I was looking at the drinks, and I don't get anything, so I'm walking away. And as I'm passing this guy, he goes, "Fresno." Hey, what? What'd you say? I heard what he said, but I don't know why the fuck he said it. So I go, "What?" He goes, "Oh, Fresno, I'm from Fresno." I go, "Oh, cool, man. I never been there." He goes, "Oh, you'd like it. It's a lot like here." And I walk away from that more confused than when the conversation began. And my only explanation is that they beamed down this alien into this Japanese business casual man, this poor Japanese business casual man. And he was so nervous, you know, being a human, pretending to be human. He's like, "Oh, Fresno, I'm from Fresno. I'm from Galgatrix 5, I'm in Fresno." It was very strange. You guys, I know I look like a conquistador that got lost in the jungle, okay? I get it. I don't know where Cortez is, and I'm very lost and I'm scared. Past this guy. Disease control, schmeeze control, am I right? Who needs it? Yeah, I don't know. I hope coronavirus is a big deal. You know, I feel like there's a cynical part of my brain. And I hope it, you know, kind of kills a lot of people. And why, you ask? Because I want young people to experience something, okay? It's out of love. Honestly. I just think things have been a little too easy since the invention of the iPhone, right? Right around 5C maybe, once all the colors started coming in. Colored iPhones. It's really hard to do this while driving. Yeah, I don't know. It's they say if you get it, it's 2 to 3% mortality rate, right? And if you have symptoms, that you should self-quarantine. But I mean, if I do that, if I stay home, it's like a 50-50 chance that I'm just going to kill myself. So 2 to 3%, I like those odds. I don't know. I'm not staying at home. Is that the light? Oh, thank God. Bye.
Well, that was great. One more time for Nick Rush, huh? Everyone, that was wonderful. This is really good. Yeah. Anyway, we have one more comedian coming up. But first I want to just share this with you really quick. Is that my mother had fake tits. Everyone. God, I hope my family's not watching. My mother had fake tits, and, you know, God bless her. God bless her for getting the fake tits. But she got them before I was born. And I was born in 1977, so fake tits prior to 1977, I'd imagine was pretty Wild West in the fake titty game. I don't know. It's just my thoughts. And see, she had 4 other children before me, and I don't know. I think I was the one on the right side of the fake tits, and then not the correct side, but you know. And my brothers and sisters were on the other side of it. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like the milk that they got was much more nutritious than the milk that I was receiving. I don't know if there's any science to back that up. Alls I know is that I do have a hard time remembering names and sentence structure. Like I'm imagining like the milk they got was very, very nutritious, and the milk that I got it's kind of like the equivalent of like drinking bottled water. Like I feel like my brothers and sisters got to drink really fresh bottled water, and then I got like a bottle of water that had been in a car all night, but it was already opened, and it had like the condensation and sweat from the BPA. Anyway, that happened. But women with fake breasts have crazy friends 100% of the time. That's a fact. It's in all the Bibles. And one time I was at home, and I was sleeping in my mom's bed, and she was not there. She was out. It was nighttime. She had fake breasts. That's when you go out at night. Anyway, I was sleeping in her bed, and her friend Stephanie, who was really crazy, thought I was my mother in the bed. So she came in and she like shook me, thinking I was my mom. She goes, hey Norma, I'm gonna fuck Robert on the floor, okay? And in my best Norma impression, I was just like, okay, right? Because I was 12 at the time, and the internet didn't really exist to civilians just yet. So I knew, like, hearing sex was probably as good as doing it, right? As far as plus I was 12 years old, like, somewhat new to the boner game, you know? And anyway, they start having sex on the floor, and I'm sitting there listening to it, super into it, and I hear them, they're, like, talking dirty to each other, and I realize the guy that she's having sex with, his name's Robert. I recognize his voice. He's from the neighborhood. He's Isabella's older brother, right? And I know, and a few weeks before this had happened, this sex thing that was happening in front of me at 12, I had heard some rumors about Robert's health history. And that health history was that Robert had what we knew at the time was called the HIV virus. I know, I shouldn't even be bringing this up. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be talking about. Anyway, So I don't know I don't know. Like I don't know how to handle this situation. I'm ill prepared. I don't know if I should save this lady's life. I barely know. You know, I don't like. How am I going to save this lady? Do I like karate chop Robert's dick out of her? Be like, no, not on my watch, Robert. Not on my watch. Do I spray him with water? Do I hit him with like newspapers? I don't know what to do. But I did nothing. I did nothing because I was 12, ill prepared, and I feel like that experience put me in a very exclusive group of human being. I feel like I'm the only person to have ever been to have ever masturbated and been an accomplice to murder at the exact same time. That's what I feel. So anyway, that's a tough joke to get away with. That joke's actually very fun to tell in front of nobody because you can't see your faces, and so I'm a little more brave. Anyway, joke update, everyone. Robert and Stephanie no longer with us. Everyone, they died in a car accident. Oh my God! Like, see, happy ending. See, they died with AIDS, not from AIDS, and that's quite the. There's a distinction there that makes that a little bit better, I guess. Nobody died from AIDS in that joke, everyone. No one died from, unless there was like a paramedic that had like his hand cut, and then there was some cross. Anyway, I don't know. I know you guys are upset with me now because I'm using like a disease, for entertainment purposes. But I want to let you know, TLC also had a song that talked about AIDS. So I'm basically the TLC of comedy. Lisa Left Eye Lampanelli is what you can call me. Are you guys ready for your final comedian? I hope there were a lot of laughs during that little part. For your final comedian, what does he go by?
Wow, you guys are great. This is, the night's just going to keep rolling on, getting better, I think.
Well, so this set may confuse you because it's not like the other sets you've seen tonight. This set actually took place on our stage just a couple months ago, back before all the real crazy stuff started happening to our world. Well, less crazier stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your final comedian of the evening. What was it again? What was his name? Well, we'll let Dracula introduce him, but please welcome on stage Roman Spinelli introducing Buddy. Buddy, yeah, let's give it a oh my God.
Wow, you guys are great. This is, the night's just going to keep rolling on, getting better, I think, with every performer. And this next guy is a very nice guy, a friend to all of us, and some would even say a buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Buddy, everybody.
My grandma would be so pissed at you guys for leaving so much candy on the floor. That's so rude. Ciao. Hey guys. Hey, so I like to be transparent. I like to be up front and open with everybody. Hey, don't cut out on me. So my original costume, I was going to be a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Kick ass. But they only make those in child sizes. So I got like the fat kid size. But I made two overestimations. You see, overestimation one, I overestimated how stretchy the fabric is on children's costumes. And two, I overestimated how much weight I lost on my recent diet. You see, the goal was 45, and I think I only got to like 4. You guys, I don't make the rules. That's not me. It's not who I am. That's not what I do. But you can tell by my outfit that I definitely do follow the rules. And as some of you know, masturbatory law states that after 3 times in one sitting, without getting up, depression wins. So I was like, let's go to this comedy thing, you know? Do you guys think that Crips eat blood oranges? Anybody? Anyone here have siblings? Siblings, anyone? Woo! Shit, get out of my way. Yeah, I grew up with an older sister. She used to bully me a lot, though, when we were younger. But she's a widow now, so I think I won that war. She used to also have, like, really hot friends when we were growing up. And they would always have, like, sleepovers and stuff. And one time when I was 7, they were having a sleepover, and my sister's hottest friend, April, was like, buddy, you can sleep in the bed with me tonight. And for a 7-year-old, you know, that's, like, basically sex. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Or whatever 7-year-olds say. And but I'll be honest with you guys, I got a little too excited that night and maybe drank a little bit too much juice that night, and I peed the bed. I've been single ever since. You guys, I'm in therapy. Really, any reason to talk about myself for an hour, even if I have to pay for it? My new therapist, he just recently asked me to stop calling our sessions Confessions of a Sad Boy. But I work in marketing, and I just, couldn't pass that one up. He's also my first male therapist, and literally every porno I've watched or erotica I've read has told me this guy's definitely going to fuck me. It's gotten to the point, where I'm, like, prepared for it. He'll say something like, buddy, you talk about your mother issues a lot. What's that all about? And I'll say, well, she used to spank me a lot when I was younger. And he'll say, oh, no, child abuse. And I'll say, no, you just don't understand. She just would always stop whenever I'd whisper, harder, mommy. Sit in it. There's candy corn over there, and I'm taking one with me. I used to have a really good therapist, to be honest with you guys. During our last session, she said to me, buddy, I'm your fucking girlfriend, not a therapist. You need real help. Then she stopped taking my calls. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I found that really unprofessional. I know you guys could have all told before I got up here and said a word, especially Nick back there, that I have a weird dick. Don't worry, it works. It's just I broke it in a tickle fight when I was younger, and it just has a weird lean now. You guys, I smoke weed. Yeah, I know. Usually you have to wear the socks with the colorful leaves, but I figured dinos would do tonight. But it's gotten to the point where I think I smoke too much weed. Like, I tell people it's for depression and anxiety, but honestly, I think it's just because I like to smoke weed. But like I said, I go to therapy and I have a bunch of issues, so it's like if I quit, real issues, could become real. And so it's like, fuck that, right? You guys are really close, I feel close to all of you guys. I'm taking that. I want to tell you guys about my hardest day. 11 boners. Okay, all right, I'll do it. I'll tell you guys about my softest day. My mom's funeral. 1 boner. Okay, I'm going to end on this one. Thank you, guys. I'm a people pleaser. That's what I am. That's what I call myself. That's what I do. And most people who meet me, they're like, buddy, you're gay, right? And I'm like, sure, let's try it. So there I am, sucking a dick, as you do. But then I started to gag. And then I threw up. To be honest with you guys, I don't know if that makes me straight or if being gay is just something else I'm really terrible at. Thank you, guys. Let's bring back up your host.
Buddy, everybody, one more time. You didn't know needing to go to therapy?
Get off the stage, Roman. Hey everyone, that concludes this fucking thing. I think it went pretty well. We had quite a few of you viewing. One more time for Buddy, huh? Send the little smiley faces or whatever they are on whichever platform. Acknowledge, just acknowledge we're here. Please acknowledge. Anyways, guys, thank you for sticking through this. One thing we want to do is acknowledge all the comics that we had on. Right there is everyone's name and their Venmo. So if you would like, you could send them and their Twitter stuff. At least follow them. That's free.
Yeah.
But if you want to send them $1 or $2 or $5, you could do that. You could also send us a few bucks too. Ours is right up there in the corner. Our Venmo, Stab Comedy, is it? What is
Stab Theater.
Stab Theater. I can't read. But yeah, this is a great little experiment we had here at the social, what do you name it? Social distancing, open mic. But thank you guys for coming out. One more time for what we got. Jesse Rivera, Jen Perez, Buddy Dean, Stephen Ferris,
Nick
Rush,
and
Chad Opitz. Very good. And my name is John Morris Ross the Fourth. You can follow me on Twitter at XJohnRossX.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, yeah, step
if
on
we wanted
over.
real quick we got a couple messages here. Christine Rogers was asking when the next one is and when to send videos for it.
Okay.
We don't know exactly.
Yeah.
We might make this the replacement of the open mics Thursdays and Sundays, or we're
Right.
still figuring out what we can do, what we're going to be allowed to do.
Well, I was even thinking too, if this just isn't full of, 'cause sometimes a lot of comics, they don't want to put their open mic stuff up on and stream it live if it's a live show in here. But I bet if we attach their Venmo to it, they may
Yeah,
want to do
all of
that.
a sudden they'll
So-
be more interested.
Right. So we don't know how long this is going to last. We do give a shit about our community, so that's why we decided to do this. Even though it feels a little overblown at this point, but we don't know how bad things are going to be or how long it's going to be bad. But please go to our website and check out our Facebook page. That's where we're going to be doing most of our messaging as far as when we're open, what it's going to look like. Because we really don't. We're such a small place in here. We're under the guidelines out of a lot of the numbers that the people have been putting out as far as not gathering with too many, and we can't really fit many in here anyway.
Yeah,
And,
so
yeah.
we're still waffling on how often we're going to not do shows, or if we end up doing shows that we're gonna be streaming anyway, people can maybe still come in, but it might not be fully open to the public. We're figuring out all this as we go, because we're learning all of this as we go.
Yes.
But we felt tonight with the recent governor's decree that we probably might as well lock it down for tonight and try this out. But we're going to sit here and brainstorm some more streaming show ideas. We've already got a couple in the bag. We're going to stream our regular shows, all the podcasts, and improv and stand-up. So you can see that at least Friday and Saturdays, we will be streaming something in the evening.
That's right.
And then we'll figure out our regular streaming schedule as we go. And
Yep.
if you out there in the audience, we've got a lot of comics watching, a lot of friends of Stab. If you have ideas for streaming shows, please come to us. It's a whole new world.
Yes.
It's a whole new frontier of shows.
We do have a link on our site. If you want to do a show here,
That's true.
you could just send us an email through our site. You could do that. Also, if you have a podcast in mind that you'd like to do live, we do a bunch of those here too as well with nobody here sometimes. Like Fill My Heart, they do their stuff here. Our Stab Comedy Theater, we do our show called Stab. You should check that out. We have we have 216 episodes of
At the moment,
content up on fucking
Spotify,
yeah,
iTunes,
it's all over.
Stitcher, wherever you want to find it.
But yeah, we're doing our best to start filling our Twitch channel with content. We recorded the show Stab a couple of years ago, and we're getting it all edited together. Some fully produced episodes that should be popping up soon as well. So keep your eye out for that.
Yeah, so if you know any producers or developers over at Crackle, for example,
Crackle.
or the bigger ones,
Or
quote unquote
Twitch.
bigger ones.
Twitch, if we're here to be a partner.
Yes, Twitch, please.
Yeah, reach out to us. Twitch out at us.
Yeah, that's
All right.
about right. Oh, and we have, you know what? You nice people, look at that.
What happened?
We have received
Oh my
a
God!
couple $5 Venmo donations.
Thank you, Ashley and looks like Buddy donated
Yeah.
5. He was even on the show.
That's
Maybe
nice.
we'll just start charging comedians to be on the show. That's a much better.
Ugh, I mean,
No,
I suppose
just kidding.
that's not-
Anyway.
But yeah, we got a couple of those in there. That's fantastic because we don't know when we're going to be
Right.
able to have audiences, or when we're going to be able to sell beer, when we're going to.
Yep.
And at the moment, we still think we have to pay rent, so it's
Yep.
going to be rough for us. But not just for us. If you've got friends with small businesses or just in your neighborhood, go out and support
Yes.
people as much as possible.
Also, lots of comedians, fellow comics I've been seeing all over, traveling comics. Their gigs are fucking dying daily. And let me tell you, if any comedians are on the road, you know that they count on that money. They're being flown out where they could lose $500-600. Seek those out, especially the local ones in your community. Check them out. They could always use the help anyway. So kind of keep your eye out for that. I know a lot of them won't ask. But if you could help them, sometimes that's their only way of making money. And yeah. So do that. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll try to do more of this stuff if we have to. All right.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Woohoo! Good night.
Now